place is known as the Oleshki Sands, the largest desert in Europe. It stretches for 150 kilometers, and despite its size, not many people know about this little Sahara in southern Ukraine. And those who do know about it are simply too scared to come here, because if you get lost, it's unlikely you'll find your way back out. There are many areas here where GPS doesn't work, and the wind covers all your tracks in a matter of seconds. In order to cross this desert from east to west under the scorching sun, we chose a very inappropriate car. Even though the popular Honda CR-V crossover is all-wheel drive, it has only seen such beautiful and challenging landscapes on billboards at best. This car knows about real off-road as much as a Fiat Panda knows about Formula One. And so far all this looks rather desperate, but we'll give it a try. Death is coming for our CR-V. Our chances of success are also decreased by the fact that the new Honda CR-V is 2 centimeters lower than the previous model. Thus, after the first few kilometers of the marathon, this city boy is already getting tired of eating sand with its bumper and scratching its belly against every hill. I wish I had a differential lock and a downshift. All those features that are standard in a real off-road vehicle. But we got a break from somewhere completely unexpected. After a few exhausting hours, dune after dune, we came across a real road. It's really unusual to find a highway in the middle of a desert. Well, not really a highway. It's not very smooth, but it's almost as good as most Ukrainian freeways. So we're gonna try and get our baby up to the maximum allowed speed of 130 kilometers per hour. The 2-liter CR-V responds to your desire to go faster, no quicker than an elevator mechanic from the Housing and Utilities Services after an emergency call, meaning it takes forever. And even though the Honda CR-V is not the fastest crossover, after hours of skidding on its belly, 130 on a flat road feels like 300. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, a bit more. The happiness of the flat road was replaced by another unexpected surprise from the Ukrainian Sahara. This is an artificially planted forest that prevents the desert from spreading. When you drive through this beautiful forest which surrounds the desert, it seems like every pine tree is thanking the CR-V for being so environmentally friendly. It's quite simple. You press the tree button and the car switches to economy mode. And no matter how hard you press the gas pedal, it still accelerates slowly. Another economy feature is the green light around the speedometer, which pleases the eye only when you accelerate gently. Too high, the green light changes to non-ecological, white. Scorching sun, never-ending wind, and red-hot sands. These are by no means the only troubles that await a traveler who decides to brave the 150 dangerous kilometers of the Kherson Desert. Souvenirs from the Soviet military are still hiding under these unending dunes. After all, the desert, coming and going as it pleases, constantly moving, occasionally reveals memories of the past from its bowels. During Soviet times, the Oleshki Sands were a huge secret army firing range. You can still find hundreds of bombs here. Ironically, a bomb designed to bring death and destruction created a crater where this lovely oasis came into being. While the Ukrainian Sahara is reluctantly letting the new Honda CR-V through, some local guys appeared, started making fun of us, and threw down a challenge. These local lords of the desert suggested driving not across the entire Oleshki Sands, but at least a kilometer on a route of their choice. Well, boys, let's cut to the chase. I believe my Japanese crossover can keep up with your miracles of Soviet engineering for a kilometer. And if I get myself dug into the sand, I promise to dig myself out. So the Honda CR-V begins storming the dunes together with the local off-roaders. This dark red city car, followed by its escort vehicles, looks like a mild-mannered office worker in the company of a bunch of roughnecks. It's gonna be fun for the off-roaders to watch a guy in blue pants dig out his crossover in the middle of the desert. Every new hill looks higher and near impossible to the shiny crossover. What are these crazy guys doing? I'll never get through here. Our new friends wickedly kept setting the Honda up with steeper and steeper dunes until they trapped it at the top of this high slope. Well, this isn't quite what I was expecting. If it wasn't for your "come on, be a man," I would never, really. It's scary enough just looking at it. Well, since you dared me, I'll do it, of course. But the only reason I'm willing to try is that it's not my car. So let's get ready to say bye-bye to the Honda. I've been totally sucked into this, and honestly, I'd never drive down this voluntarily. This is really scary. It's crazy. But I can't tell him I'm scared. That wasn't scary at all. Why was I freaking out? Like it was a cliff or something. Woohoo! Well, it was really, really scary. You're still up there? What are you doing? Get down here! After such an epic ride, it seems like they simply forgot to put in a desert button into the new Honda CR-V. In spite of all the provocations from the local gang, the car faced the tough sands with dignity. I'll be willing to trade my CR-V for your Lada only if I get stuck in the sand. We're gonna bury you in no time. But that's why it's called a desert, to create mirages. As soon as you take your eyes off the ball, the hands of the desert can grip your wheels in their powerful fists. Both the electronics and the smart all-wheel drive are useless once the car is dug into the sand up to the body. How on earth could I get stuck 50 meters from the finish? You buried me, huh? 50 meters from the finish? Come on. Give me the bigger one. Come on, I'll dig up the whole desert for you here. I'll make a nice road. I'll be your road service for today. After all that digging, the local lords of the desert finally pushed the Japanese all-wheel drive car out. Come on, come on, come on, come on, go, 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 go. And offered an escort for the final, most difficult 30 kilometers. The experienced and hardened off-roaders led the way for the Honda and helped it out in the tough spots. In the end, the ugly city duckling and a flock of real off-roading swans managed to cross the desert. Dirty, exhausted, and looking a bit pathetic, the Honda CR-V looks like a city boy who was forced to run barefoot across a freshly plowed field. Not without problems and outside help, it did get through the desert. But let's be honest, it doesn't belong here.